Goes along with a much longer blog post about the experiments that I ran in the last year to increase the engagement of my email list. And one of those things that I did was to allow people to download my content upgrade, download the freebie without signing up for my list. And how I set it up so that those who wanted the freebie only didn't get added to my ConvertKit list, so I wasn't having to pay for them. I used both Gravity Forms, which is a WordPress plugin, and ConvertKit talking together so that so that I could handle this. And so instead of using the ConvertKit forms, I connected ConvertKit through Gravity Forms to go ahead and put this all together. So the form that I ended up with looks like this. The section that's highlighted from first name down to download now, that's the form itself. And then this information up top from need to pause, as well as the privacy policy link, those actually are put directly into the page. But the form that I'm going to show you basically is this section from first name down to download now. So how I create that form. So I go into Gravity Forms and I go ahead and have a single line text where I can collect their first name. I have an email field, which is one of the advanced fields in Gravity Forms that I make a required field so that they have to enter their email address. And then this radio button field is the one that makes this whole thing possible. So it's the field that is a required field that makes them say, yes, I want the freebie and to sign up for your email list, or no, just give me the freebie. And so it is set up as a radio field. It's a required field, and it makes them pick which one they want, so that then we can use conditional logic on the later pages to segment out those who are just getting the freebie to get one email and passing the information for those who want to sign up for my list over to ConvertKit. So that's what this important field is doing. Then I have the language about that they can unsubscribe at any time. And then I always like to include this secret field on my Gravity Form content upgrades because I'll have the same content upgrade appear on multiple different pages. And so this hidden field, this page info hidden field, allows me to know which blog post or which landing page people entered the information from. And so that allows me to go ahead and use that information to find out which pages maybe are doing better or worse as far as the content upgrade is going. Which page should I promote more because it tends to have a good conversion rate. So that's the basis of the form. Then, as you notice on this, we have this download now button. How you control what that text is in the form settings. This one is a different example because it's just a fake one that I created for you. It's not the one actually that's being shown on that page. So this one would be grab the PDF. I could change it to download now. And that would go ahead and be the text in that box. Then, if you've got Google Analytics set up so that you can know conversion rates through Google Analytics and what your funnel paths are and have goals and etc. set up, then on this confirmation page, you want the default confirmation to be sending people to your kind of holding page that says, do this next. Look in your inbox for the thing you requested. This confirmation page is what you can use to send people to that. Make sure you check your email inbox to get the thing you just requested. Then The notifications page is where we get the important thing. So on the notifications page, this is where we are sending the opt-in, quote unquote, email for those people who aren't being added to our email list. So if they just want the freebie, then this notification is going to send them an email with the freebie. So I've got it called that they don't want emails. And then we are going to select a field and tell them that we want it to send it to the email that was entered. Then we've got my name and my admin information here as the from and reply to email. And then I just have this set up as our template, as my template. So the subject line will be here's your, and then whatever they're getting. Here's your free contract checklist. Here's your free copyright registration checklist, whatever it is that they're getting. And then the body of the email just has their name. I always like to intro it with like why they deserve gold stars for doing something tricky with the legal side of things. And then this line turns into a link, and it will be click here to get whatever it is that they're downloading. And then I like to give them a place that they can go to if they change their mind and want to get my content. Maybe there's someone who's not really familiar with me, and so they don't want to commit to signing up to my list with the very first resource they get. And so I go ahead and give them a direct link to where they can sign up for my list, and then go ahead and do that. Now, this conditional logic button is again the secret place that we want to make sure that we say who's getting this email. So this is only going to go to those people who say they want the freebie only. And so we set it up so that this conditional logic says you're going to send this notification, send this email, only if they say no to the can I also send you emails. So we update that notification, and then those who meet that criteria will go ahead and get that email. And then we want to make sure that that radio button is on so that it's going to send it. Then how do we get it to talk to ConvertKit? So how we get it to talk to ConvertKit is this last tab, the ConvertKit tab. And here what we do is send over the information for the people who are going to get added to the email list. And so we'll edit this one. And here again, we just need to come up with a name for it, and then you'll go ahead and select the ConvertKit form that you want them to be added to. When it comes to setting up your ConvertKit form, because it doesn't appear on your site, because it's only Gravity Forms who are manually kind of passing through this information, it doesn't need to be a pretty form. All it needs to have is the first name and the email address, because that's what we're collecting. So you don't need to bother to format the form, to make any changes, make any updates. All you need to do is make sure that you customize this incentive email. So this is the email that goes along with this page you just saw. This is set up for the people who say, yes, they want my information. So it's set up to kind of say, we've got the subject line, open it to download your copy of the bundle. Then we've got the intro blurb. This is the button that they will click to start the download. And then reminds them that once they click the button, that they go ahead and will also be signed up for my list. And then here I tell ConvertKit that when they click that button, I want them to get this resource bundle, this file that I've uploaded. It's really all you have to do on the ConvertKit side to set up the form, because it's never being seen by your website visitors. Basically, Gravity Forms is just feeding the information to it. So you'll pick the form that you want. We'll just switch it over to the the one we just talked about. the contracts pillar page. Then we say that the email is the email field, the name is the first name field, and then again we need to enable that condition that we're only going to follow these rules if "can I also send you" is set to yes, please send me the info and sign me up for your list. So that's how we set it up. Then here, once we have our page, we can quickly go ahead behind the scenes into ConvertKit. Oops. So basically here is what that form looks like inside my WordPress, the page that it is. This WWSG is the formatting we've got set up to kind of go ahead and create that box. Then I've got the image in there, the headers, the information, then we've got the info for the specific form that's being used, and that link to the privacy policy. So I just go ahead and cut and paste this into the various different parts on the page that I want that to appear. And whammo, we can go ahead and have people get the freebie without them ever getting passed over to ConvertKit, so you don't have to worry about deleting them, worry about paying for them, or worry about any of those kinds of things because they just wanted the freebie.